To 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
Well, this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone.
And he returns this to the 22. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking middle, and that's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Chargers are going to get the football back at their own 17. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. They'll start this drive out on the ground. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now it's Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Herbert. And the reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. 4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his first here, and it's a 1st down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Not an easy spot here. We'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
And some room to maneuver. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. And all the pressure that goes on in these playoffs, but the first score here in the divisional round always very key.
Partner, this team handled it like it was a regular season game, that they were confident in what they were doing, came right out and established themselves early.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Herbert. He's going to float this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for L.A. 65 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Herbert now. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's got Daly trotting. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Herbert on first down now. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. He's going to let it go again. Touchdown, Chargers. A big play there. 55 yards. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's got room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 74 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 10 more there and another first down. I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't it? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can get it wrong because our eyes naturally go to him because he creates big plays. But if you're a runner and you're playing with Lamar Jackson, aren't you happy? He creates so much concentration on him. It should open up things for you.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Slot man moves right. They'll run with Dobbins. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Andrews. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
This is a long drive. Offensively, wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. A reminder coming up at halftime while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box. We'll be sending you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll keep it on the ground. Monroe. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second down, Monroe. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now a handoff up the middle. Monroe. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he's taken down inside the 30. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Up the middle they go. Monroe might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there for L.A. 54 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Complete here to the right to Bolden. Touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on 3rd down. They go play action with Jackson. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the 3rd quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. 118 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Tucker's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the 2nd half and take over.
The Charger drive about to get going. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Herbert off of play action. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Extra point right down the middle, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the first half, maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now.
Almost takes us back to being kids, doesn't it? Because I know at some point your dad did the exact same thing mine did. It's okay to be confident, son, but overconfident, that's not a good thing. And that's maybe what we saw here. They thought they had this thing in hand, had full control, and guess what? They've got to find a way to get back to where they were before.
You think Papa Davis and Papa Godwin would get along?
I think they'd get along just fine. And you know something? They'd still be giving us advice.
Absolutely. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines, so let's go get it back, and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. After the sack on 1st down, Herbert. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Baltimore. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got a man, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd down and goal. Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great effort there. saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game.
And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Taking it about the one. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, fourth quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now Dobbins again on second down.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he is going to have a Ravens first down. It's a gain of 12 on 4th. A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Dobbins trying the left side.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
156 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Now a handoff for Dobbins.
And he gets it down to the 32. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
They'll run. It's Dobbins.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Jackson to throw.
And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 12-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
Now a carry for Dobbins.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. They will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need to score here not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
One last throw here for Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Well, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.
Picked up by Marcus Williams. The Ravens going to move on to another week in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody.
It's that hate, boy. Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. Tell them line it up. Like a 4th and 1, we sneaky when we slide them. Yellow offense with no defense, now y'all time is up. We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2, give it straight, that's how I like it. And we grind it every night to make it hit, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking